Full transparency, I completely forgot that this episode existed. Like, this episode, for some reason, in the annals of my mind, is completely dead to me. Seeing the title of this episode genuinely made me believe we were going to be seeing the episode that actually is called Go West Young Meowth, so I was completely not prepared for what I was about to watch. And what did I watch? Well, I watched a basically very average episode of Pokemon, to be honest. But of course, we're gonna talk about it anyway. I'm Ace Trinalium, and these are the WTF Moments of Pokemon Season 1, Episode 53, The Purr-Fect Hero. You get it? 'Cause cats. Pussy. What the fuck? Today is Ash's favorite day of the year. It's Kids Day. Mate, didn't we literally just have Princess Day in the previous episode? Why the sudden focus on big festival days? This is like watching The Office in America, where every episode is just, hey guys, what party are we planning today? Or like Community, where every other episode is, so, you coming to the dance tonight? Direct quote from Brock.
Anyway, you've already had your Princess Day. Kids Day should be a boys' holiday only.
Ash and Brock then show examples of what they like to call men. Real men. Real tough men. This is just another example of the Pokemon anime very much being a product of its time, with all these stereotypical ideas of what it means to be a man. Notice that none of these examples were earning a fortune playing Fortnite or winning the figure skating championships. Turns out they're stood right outside a preschool, and the teacher runs out thinking that there's some other Pokemon trainers that were supposed to visit the preschool that day to let the kids play with their Pokemon. She gets a phone call that moment saying that the other trainers just can't make it. Honestly, I think that's a stroke of luck. Pokemon are basically animals with insane powers. It's probably best that preschool-age children don't play with them. That's just got danger written all over it. It's already bad enough that you can basically own a god in this world at the age of 10. As Brock simps over the teacher, he explains that they have all the time in the world to let the children play with their Pokemon, even though moments before Ash and Brock were yelling at Misty for wanting to play all day during Kids Day because they've got to go and get Ash the volcano badge. See, normally I rag on Misty for being a bit of an arsehole, but today she's being treated like dirt for seemingly no reason. I say no reason, but for Brock it definitely seems to be very gender focused. Since he thinks Misty shouldn't get to enjoy Kids Day because the girls already had their fun on Princess Day, but he's happy to help the teacher out because he thinks it'll help him get his end away. Brock's masculinity is pretty fragile today, isn't it? Team Rocket's James reminisces about spending Kids Day swimming in their Olympic-sized swimming pool at his big mansion he used to live in and eating ice cream sandwiches all day. Careful, James, your privilege is showing. Jessie explains that she never really got any special treatment on Kids Day, referencing how she grew up poor. Remember, her mum used to make her entire meals out of literal snow. And Meowth chimes in with,
a pathetic childhood can create a pathetic poison.
Alright mate, didn't realise you're a psychiatrist. Look at Meowth trying to get all Sigmund Freud on Jessie. Good thing his mum's not nearby. A bunch of my least favourite things in the world, also known as children, run over and start proving exactly why giving them access to Pokemon, or any pet for that matter, can turn out to be extremely dangerous. By pulling Pikachu in basically every direction possible, tugging on his ears, tugging on his cheeks, and basically making him want to die. Let it be known that if Ash hadn't moved him away from that group of children, Pikachu would have killed at least a dozen infants with its Thunderbolt. That's not very protagonisty. The worst part is though, do you know who'd get blamed for that? Pikachu? Friendly, happy-go-lucky Pikachu, pulled, pushed and prodded to its absolute breaking point, would have been classified as a dangerous animal. All because children are stupid and don't understand personal space. Also, I reserve the right to joke about this stuff because I, as a child, invaded a dog's personal space whilst it was falling asleep, got right up in its face, ended up with a scar here, a scar either on this side or this side of my lip, I can't quite remember where, and also right here in the center of my hand. Yeah, don't bother dogs when they're sleeping is all I can tell you. Remind me again why bringing these children Pokemon to play with was a good idea? What is a good idea is hitting the like button. We've been on a real roll lately with WTF Moments, so if we can get this video to 2,500 likes minimum, I'll be a happy boy. Also, if you're new here, hit subscribe, click the little bell icon and turn on all notifications so you never miss a video from me, and just welcome. How you doing? It's nice to have you on board. The teacher basically has no control over the children unless she goes full demon mode and shouts at them. Honestly, sounds like every teacher I've ever had. The gang send out all of their Pokemon for the children to play with. Well, all except Charizard. Mate, that's super unfair. Like, sure, Charizard is unpredictable and could potentially be a very dangerous Pokemon, but is it really any less dangerous to let the kids play with a Pikachu that basically just tried to kill them? Or to let them ride one-handed on a 28-foot rock monster with no harnesses? Ash, mate, it's no wonder Charizard hates you, being singled out like that. This is Timmy. Timmy doesn't want to play with these Pokemon. Timmy only wants to play with a Meowth. I guess you could say little Timmy is mad for Can I include that? I'm gonna. We see a flashback to Timmy as an even younger child getting chased by a Beedrill, and it just raises one question.
Where the fuck are your parents?
Wait. A Meowth? actually winning a battle. Clean at that. Mate, this kid's delirious. Are we sure Beedrill didn't actually poison him? Ash says,
Wow, what an amazing story.
but just couldn't sound any more disinterested. In his defense, it was a really boring story that could have been summed up with a Meowth saved me from a Beedrill once instead of a whole flashback. Misty asks if the Meowth said that Timmy owes it big time or something like that, and Timmy just deadpan looks at her and says,
I know Pokemon can't talk.
and God, if you were Misty, you would just feel like the biggest twat, wouldn't you? Imagine being made to look a mug by a 5-year-old. This little shithead turns up being all Billy Big Bollocks and starts mocking Timmy about his Meowth story. And I'm just sat here thinking, is it too late for Ash to send out Charizard? Charizard had put this kid in his place. The kid calls Timmy a liar liar pants on fire. Oh, this kid's really pulling out the big insults here. Probably would have been more respectful to call him a cunt. Can we take a moment to appreciate the Team Rocket hatchback? That thing looks practical and fuel efficient. Honestly, it might look like a downgrade from the little red Jeep they had before, but think of all the money they're going to save in the long run. Oh yeah, and they're disguised as magicians. James always has better outfits than Jessie. Pass it on. Why does this look like a Pokemon TCG box? I guess Team Rocket be like,
Okay guys, it's time for the break. All you gotta do to be a part of this break is spend $2,000 of your hard-earned cash to buy a TCG booster pack that originally would have cost only $3, just to have a chance at getting yourself a $50,000 value Pokemon card. Don't worry though, we've weighed all the packs to make sure that we get the best cards so that we can continue to profit off your insatiable appetite for gambling. Don't hesitate, join the break now.
Now, before anyone gets all pissy at me, here's my stance on that whole thing. If you're a fully grown adult and you would like to give $1,000 to a bona fide millionaire for the chance to win a Pokemon card that may be worth $50,000, that's your decision, your responsibility, your business. Ain't got nothing to do with me, do what you want. Like, at the end of the day, it's just gambling. Gambling's been a thing for centuries. I've got no leg to stand on here because I bet £25 of my own money that Edge would win the Royal Rumble this year. The only difference is I actually turned a profit. Team Rocket perform an illusion where they make Pikachu seemingly disappear and Meowth appear in its place. And little Timmy shits himself with excitement. Calm down, lad, it's only a bloody Meowth. I know I shouldn't question anime tropes, but how does James fling off his dress, which was an off-the-shoulder open back number, and end up immediately in his full coverage, long-sleeve Team Rocket top? Like, how is there no transitional moment where James is just there in his underpants scrambling to get his Team Rocket uniform on? I'm just saying, maybe to some extent Team Rocket really are magicians. Is it just me that thinks Jessie's right arm looks really bloody long in this image? Team Rocket try reciting their motto, but as always, kids ruin everything. The kids toss James's Wheezing back and forth like a volleyball, which it clearly doesn't enjoy, but Wheezing levitates. So surely at any time it wants, it could just float a little bit higher than the kids can reach, so I don't see why it's not resisting. The teacher yells at the kids to get inside this instant, but mate, they're already inside.
Well, actually, Liam, I'm pretty sure the teacher meant for them to get inside a classroom.
Yeah, well, she didn't specify, so she still ended up looking like an idiot. Something I need to specify while we're here is that you can save 30% off G Fuel right now using code ACE until Monday the 8th of February. Right now I'm drinking one of my favorite flavors, which is peach iced tea. It is absolutely wonderful, exactly what it says on the tin. But let's not forget there's a brand new flavor coming called Bobby Boysenberry. Shout out to Logic for the fantastic idea for a flavor. And if you pre-order Bobby Boysenberry right now, it's set for shipping on the 17th to the 21st of February. If you pre-order it using code ACE, you'll still get 30% off as well. Oh, get yourself some peach iced tea, get yourself some Bobby Boysenberry on pre-order as well. Use code ACE, get yourself 30% off, mate.
You're welcome.
All the kids run to wherever it was the teacher wanted them to go, all except for Timmy. Wait, why is Timmy all of a sudden allowed to disobey the teacher? James tells Wheezing to use smokescreen, and just as you think,
Oh, a battle's about to start. This is gonna get interesting.
the show just cuts to an ad break really awkwardly in the middle of the scene. What the f? Mate, why is Wartortle the Who's That Pokemon in an episode about Meowth? Wartortle doesn't even appear in this episode. I'd have even accepted Beedrill.
Well, actually, Liam, I don't think the Who's That Pokemon specifically has to be relevant to the episode.
I suppose you're right, but still, its ears are the wrong colour, so that's dumb. Timmy goes full, Mrs. Obama, get down! And rushes to save Meowth from Meowth's team's own smokescreen. Timmy's a fucking idiot. Pass it on. In all the commotion, Pikachu falls out of Team Rocket's box and Timmy ends up inside it, which Jessie and James then pick up and run away with. So let me get this straight. In the early morning cartoons that I used to watch before I went to school as a kid, I watched two people accidentally kidnap a child and speed away in a hatchback? Mate, that is is dark. Now, I know these two are Pokemon thieves and stealing Pikachu would be enough to send these two to prison anyway, but how shit would you feel if you were Team Rocket at this moment? In your mind, you'd be like, yikes, there's no coming back from this, is there? Timmy can't tell the difference between Team Rocket's Meowth and the Meowth that saved him. Clearly, Timmy thinks that all Meowth look the same. Bit ignorant, mate. Jesse and James tell Meowth he has to pretend to be the Meowth that saved little Timmy. Now, they say it's because they don't want to crush little Timmy's dreams, and also they want to make a kid's day on Pokemon Day. But we all really know they're trying to make sure that if they do go to jail, they don't get thrown in with the nonces. Meowth imagines himself as a superhero, signing autographs for his adoring fans, but mate, that signature right there is really easily forgeable. Now I know what I'd do for a living in the Pokemon world. I'd make a fortune selling fake Super Meowth autographs. So when pretending to fight Team Rocket, bearing in mind Timmy's a kid and wouldn't know any better, Meowth genuinely uses Fury Swipes on Jesse and James. Mate, what kind of friend jumps on an opportunity to inflict actual physical pain on their friends like that? Meowth is a toxic friend. Pass it on. Meowth leads Timmy away and back to the school, and Brock mentions that the Meowth that's with Timmy looks a lot like the Meowth from Team Rocket. And that is as much investigation as they do. They just happily accept that this must be a wild Meowth, and any resemblance to Team Rocket's Meowth is purely coincidental. Apparently the safety of these children just isn't that important to Brock, I suppose. To be fair, he's probably still focused on porking the teacher at this point. I know the Meowth that's currently with Timmy is a fraud, but there's a part of me that just loves seeing these smug bastards eat humble pie. Timmy says that everyone loves Meowth, and Meowth responds with his signature,
"That's right."
Mate, you had one job. Shut the fuck up and pretend you're a regular Meowth. It took you all of 2 minutes to bodge that up. Is there anything this Meowth is good at? Meowth is torn between staying and leaving because he now has adoring fans and doesn't want to let them down. Honestly, mate, give it 2 years and most of them will have got bored of you or forgotten you exist. Trust me, I'm a YouTuber. I know all about that. After Meowth runs back to Team Rocket with Ash, Misty, Brock, and Timmy following behind, Ash and co get ambushed by Team Rocket. But for some reason, all the other kids turn up as well. Where the hell is the teacher during all this? How did she lose track of the entire class? That woman needs to be sacked immediately. Team Rocket challenge Ash to a Pokemon battle and he sends out Pidgeotto. Oh my god, Brock joined in right from the get-go without being asked. I think the writers have finally realized,
You know what? We should probably get Brock to battle more. I mean, he is supposed to be a gym leader after all.
after Pidgeotto gusts away Wheezing, Jesse's Arbok uses Dig, which I just love that it knows. I don't know why, it's just one of those moves that I just never would have thought to give to an Arbok. But hey, it'll be super effective on Brock's Onix, so well done, Jesse. Great play. Oh no, never mind. Used it on Pidgeotto, so it had absolutely no effect. And then it got battered by Onix. Team Rocket apparently need to relearn their type chart, I suppose. Oh look, the teacher is here. Nice of her to show up. Mate, she is clutching to that job by the skin of her teeth, isn't she? So Arbok being bashed into the cliff caused a boulder to break off and roll down. Ignore the fact that they were in an enclosed area surrounded by tall cliffs, so this shallow incline just should not be there. But more importantly, how is this even a threat? Onix is on the battlefield with no opponents left to fight. It could deal with this boulder in a heartbeat. Maybe Brock's tired of Timmy and just wants to see him flattened. Bro, same. The wild Meowth that saved Timmy from the Beedrill turns up and mega kicks the boulder right in half. My question is though, if this Meowth is this strong, why is it not evolved yet? A normal type that can break rocks like that must be pretty high a level, no? Wait, where did this boulder come from? We just watched the other one get broken clean in half. It's not even like you could argue, well, maybe this is the side view, because here it is from the back. Did Team Rocket just get really unlucky or something? The hero Meowth sits on a rock and scratches itself, and everybody stands there watching it like they're the internet watching a cat video. They even do a group as if to say,
Lol, cats do be like that.
you know what? I've realized what this school desperately needs. A fucking gate. The teacher thanks Ash and friends for their help, and Brock says if she ever needs any more help, she should just call him. Ha! The joke is, he's talking about smashing. Timmy says when he grows up, he's gonna be a Pokemon trainer like Ash and Brock and Misty. Mate, don't be a trainer like these three. Be a good trainer. I know they've tried to animate this Meowth cleaning its paw while it's up on top of the school, but go back and watch this scene. It genuinely looks like it's just licking the top of the school. Bloody roof licker. So those are my WTF moments of Pokemon Season 1, Episode 53, the Purr-Fect Hero. Let me know your favorites and any that I missed down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And of course, use code ACE for 30% off G Fuel, including the brand new flavor available to pre-order, Bobby Boysenberry. But until next time, I'm Ace Trainer Liam. Keep on training.